and I'm mentally prepared for the game, I'm physically prepared for the game, there's nothing to think about.
DreAllDay.com.
Sometimes people ask me the question, what is it you think about when you're playing basketball? What do you look at when you got a defender on you? What do you pay attention to deciding which way to drive on the defense? What do you have on your mind to get yourself in the right mental zone during the game? This is the thing, and this is the answer kind of to all of those. I don't think about anything when I'm actually playing in the game. When I'm playing in a game, a full court game, and I'm mentally prepared for the game, I'm physically prepared for the game, there's nothing to think about. When you're practicing, when you're in the gym by yourself or with your team or with your homie and you're working on your skills, you're working on your game, you're practicing your crossovers and your jump shots and your defense and your footwork or whatever it is you work on, that's the time when you can think about stuff. You can think about, okay, in the game situation, this happens, a defender keeps trying to send me to my left, or the defense keeps playing up on me so I got to drive to the hole, or they keep backing up so I got to be able to shoot this pull-up jump shot. Those are the things you can think about. Those are the times you can think. When I get in practice, I might go play in a game somewhere one day, and I say, all right, they keep playing me this way in the game. That next morning in practice, I say, all right, so in the game they kept playing me this way, so I need to work on this shot. It might be a shot I'm already good at, but I can bring it to my conscious by saying, I can bring it to the front of my consciousness by saying, all right, I'm gonna specifically work on this move from these areas of the floor because this is where I keep getting the ball, and these are the shots that I'm gonna need to knock down. So I'll go and do that, and while I'm working on it, I'm visualizing myself in that exact situation. So when I get in the game situation and that situation happens again, as I knew it would, now I'm ready for it. I'm ready to attack it. And those are the things that you can do. For those of you who play on a team, or those of you who play with the same people over and over again, for the most part, most of us, we play against similar people over and over and over again. It's not like you playing against completely random people every single time you play basketball. Even if you go to the park outside, it's the same people out there all the time. So you know how they're going to play you. If you're on a team, you know how teams play you. You know what situations you get on the court. Even if you don't know the opponent, you know where you're going to be getting the ball. You know what plays your team runs. You know what position you play. You know what's expected of you. So these are the things you can practice. When people say you need to practice game shots or practice at game speed, understand, I'm going to make a separate video about game speed / full speed, because that's another thing that a lot of players don't understand. When we talk about game shots, that's different for every person. A game shot for me might not be the same as a game shot for you. Me personally, sometimes I'll grab a rebound, push the ball coast to coast, and I pull up and shoot a three-pointer. That's a completely logical game shot for me. Now, for one of you, if you're in high school and you're on the team, you grab a rebound and shoot a pull-up three-pointer, you probably coming out the game and not getting back in the game unless you make it, or you averaging 25 and the coach just gives you the green light. So you have to understand what a game shot is for you. It might not be the same as a game shot for someone else. But what shots you get in the game, that's something that you need to know. You need to analyze how you play. What is happening when you're playing in games? What's happening in practice? What is the coach expecting of you? What are your teammates expecting of you? Where do you get the ball? Those are where your game shots come from. As far as what you think about during the game, when I'm in a game, my mind is completely blank. It's like, you ever hear the sound of a wind tunnel? It's just wind going through the tunnel. There's no actual, besides the sound of the wind, there's no voices, there's no music, there's no talking, there's no loud energy, there's nothing. It's just a sound of empty, it's just a sound of emptiness. When I'm playing the game, I don't have to think about nothing. I don't have to think about how I'm going to go against this guy the way he's playing defense, or how I'm going to guard this person, or where my shots are going to come from. I already know what I need to do because I practice so much that when I get in the game, anything I do is automatic. I don't have to think about, all right, oh yeah, let me do this left to right crossover because this dude's on me, or let me try to post up now because I got a small guy on me, or oh, I got the rebound, let me dribble the ball up the court. You don't have to think about that stuff. That stuff you already know how to do because you practice so much. So when you want to get to the point in the game where you're reacting instinctively, which is something I talk about ad nauseum. When you get in the game, you don't want to be thinking. The game moves way too fast for you to think. Everything happens, boom, boom, boom. You just got to be able to react. If you're thinking in the game, you're going to be moving a half a step slow or a step and a half slower than everybody else. Even players who you're not better than. You'll hesitate at the moment of truth, and then you'll be messing up, and then you wonder why I do all this practice, but I'm not performing in the game, which is what I hear from players every single day. So practice more by yourself. Think about the situations you're going to be in. Practice those situations. You don't have to practice everything you see me doing. That might not be your situation. Practice situations that work for you. It might be the same thing every single day. Understand that. That's part of development fundamentals. You got to practice the same thing over and over and over again. I understand it looks cool, it looks nice to see people dribble through cones and then dunk it, but understand the game ain't no cones. In the game, those cones are defenders who move and reach and react. Cones don't react. They stay right there in the same spot. You have to be able to get into the situations in practice that you're going to get into in the game. And if you ever played in the game of basketball, you know what situations you get into. That's part of your job to know that. Those are the things you work on. You might need to do a one dribble pull-up. Make 30 to 50 or 100 of them every single time you practice. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not fancy. It's not going to get you 10,000 views on YouTube, but it's going to develop your game so that you become the type of player that they make YouTube mixes out of. If that's the player that you want to become, if that makes sense. Some people ask me, what do you work on? What do you think about when you're practicing? What type of things can you practice to get ready for the game? That's your answer. Hopefully I covered a lot of bases there. Any of you have any other questions about that type of stuff, anything in that area, leave them down there in the comments. Work on your game. Dre all day. Thanks for checking out this vid. Know that every Thursday is Off the Court Thursdays on this channel. So hit that thumbs up button and like this video. Make sure you are subscribed to catch every new video I'm putting out here. Share this video on your social networks, your Twitter and on your Facebook with all your friends. Comment if you got anything to say. I will reply to that. And check back next Thursday for the next Off Court video. Work on your game.